Hi, everyone. Hello. Welcome to our Q&A. We are going to be doing a little bit of Q&A, looking at your shops. Awesome. All right. If you have an Etsy shop, go ahead and put it in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're going to dive into some things with SEO. We have some really cool things coming up with our tool for SEO, our software. And I'm going to share my screen and dive into some of that. We are rolling out version 2.0 very, very soon. And in the meantime, we have some awesome deals going on for this version of it. And we've also had some really incredible feedback as well that I want to dive into. But I thought it'd be fun to do a couple of listing optimizations. So if you have an Etsy shop and you would like to get a listing optimized or updated, I would love to do that. JS Leather Jackets, your store got deranked. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's a bummer. It's probably just where you need to kind of jumpstart things a little bit. So if you have a shop that you want to put in the chat, we can definitely look at it here. Okay. So if you have an Etsy shop that you would like us to look at, go ahead and put it here. We also have some really cool things happening as far as Etsio goes. We've had some awesome results of using Etsio recently within our program. But yes, if you'd like for us to look at your shop, Eternally Forged, it looks like that might be a shop we could look at. Go ahead and put it here. Okay, you are based in Oregon. Looks like mostly leather, which is exciting. One of my top, I would say, fastest growing clients that I've ever had. I think he's 24 now, but he actually is selling leather wallets on Etsy, and he did $438,000 in his first full year selling wallets. So it's pretty incredible. I'm not sure what your goal is, but yeah, you can see $66,000 a month, $438,000 selling wallets. And it looks like you are currently doing some other leather work as well. Looks like mostly $20 to $55 price points. And it looks like you are actually making this. Looks like you are stitching these wallets together. If you are, we would love to be seeing that actually in progress. What does that look like? What is the equipment? Is this a sewing machine, or what type of equipment are you using? We also want to make sure that we are showing these in many different ways. It's kind of all very similar how we are showing this off. I would also just a tip. Does everyone know about building brands through associations? Building brands through associations, that is something we really want to focus on. So for example, in this wallet, what cards are you putting in here? How much money are you putting in here? I would put a $100 bill in that. I would also take a look at what um, cards are showing. What is this? Looks like something on point. Instead, let's say this is for men. Maybe you want, like, what's a great type of gift card for a guy to have in his wallet? For women, if these were women's wallets, I would throw a Starbucks gift card in there or a Crumble cookie gift card in there. But for men, what would be a good men's gift card? So it's all about building the brand through associations. Okay. All right. Tell me here, if this is your shop, tell me how your traffic is. How is traffic going? I would say you're probably competing with yourself quite a bit so far with how this is looking. I would also be recommending very different pricing strategies. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Analysis paralysis. Definitely don't need to be offering all of that. Okay. This is what I would call a chat GPT description. To not optimized for mobile. So a lot of updates to be made to these listings. However, so much opportunity. Um, we know this market so well. So this is how well we know it. This type of revenue. And this 66,000, by the way, that is in 1 month. That is in the month of December. So you can see this is, and so you can see even in November, look at the traffic on the shop. 29,600 visits, not views, but visits. Views would likely be about double that. So, yeah, we are definitely helpful in the wallet arena. If you would like guidance, of course, feel free to reach out to us. Happy to help. And let's look at another shop. I'll put a link here if you want to chat with us to get some guidance. You can literally just book a free call. The call is with myself or someone on my team. You can book a free call and learn more about how we can help you. I'll put that here. There you go. Okay. What else? Can you sell software on Etsy? How to do it? So it kind of depends on what type of access you are providing. Is this, yeah, I guess what kind of access are you providing? Is this like a subscription-based software? Is this like a one-time access type of software? Would you be able to deliver a digital file with the sale? That would be required. So it all really depends on what kind of software, what the model is, what the pricing model is. What other questions do we have? Okay, a gifted guest. Let's pull that open. Also, has anyone heard about the updates on Etsy? Has anyone heard about the updates? All the updates, kind of heavy with updates. Let me go ahead and put this link here. If you'd like to join my class, we kind of got to the point where we were getting so many emails daily with questions about the updates. And we don't have a small team. We have over 47 people in the company. However, we were just getting so many emails. What are these updates? Is my shop safe? Like, did these updates impact me or do they not impact me? Do I need to change this category? Do I need to change how this is classified? Should I change my titles? Oh no, I mass updated all my titles and I can't get them back, the old ones back. What do I do? So we've had just nonstop questions about the updates on Etsy. So we decided to host a class next week. This is the class, How to Stay Ahead of the Updates. And I'll put it here in the chat. But I think this is necessary for anyone who's on Etsy right now. Make sure you come to this because you're going to have questions if maybe you don't even know what happened with Etsy and the updates that they made, which is even more the reason to attend. That way we can knock this out and ensure that basically everything in your shop is safe, or what needs to be removed is removed, or if the titles need to be changed, we show you how to change them, and we'll just cover all of that here. So I'm the kind of girl, I love like getting onto a meeting or getting onto a call or getting onto some, like scheduling time. This is my hour. I'm going to knock this out, fix my stuff. And this is what this is really about. So Excited to have you. Definitely come. Let me know in the chat if you're coming to this. Are you coming to this? You literally just, it's so easy. You just click save my free spot. It's a free class. We have 2 days. We're doing Monday morning and Tuesday afternoon. And then you just put in your name, email, phone number. We text you the link to join it at the time. So yeah, super, super, super pumped for this. And I predict this will stop all of the emails about these questions because it's the same questions over and over. Okay, so make sure you're attending. Let me know if you are. Fatima, you're coming. Kathleen, you're coming. Yes, great. Okay, let's keep looking at some shops here. Also, one more thing. If you're an Etsio user, if you use Etsio, which is our software, I would love to actually do some run-throughs of some listings here, fixing some of your SEO. But if you are an SEO user, mark your calendars on, I believe it's September 10th and 25th. We are doing a full SEO working session where if you have credits with your Etsio account, we're going to show you how to use those. We're also going to talk to which listings to update in your shop. So like, let's say this was the shop, we'd be talking about which listings to be getting updated in your shop with Etsio. So it's a full SEO related workshop, but the only people who are invited to this are current users. So if you're not a current user and you're like, oof, I really want to try out Etsio and do it correctly, click on the link in the chat and then you'll be invited once you get some listings in your account, you'll be invited to join us. And that's just like an SEO focused session. Okay, so this one, 857 sales, 2 years on Etsy, a gifted guest. Okay, cool. Interesting. Look at that craft supply category. There we go. I love the supply category. It's one of my favorites. My take on this shop right now is I'm really curious. Couple questions. The percentage of supply category versus finished made by a seller products. What is the breakdown there? Supply category versus made by a seller. Okay, so it's my first question. I personally think, depending on your situation, your goal, are you wanting to be very hands-on with this? Would you like to hire someone to just fulfill orders? What is your goal? Depending on that, would kind of make me recommend 2 different paths for your product mix. I think there's so much room to run either way you go, more handmade versus more supply. But I would definitely double down on one of those paths versus going down. I'm going to add one handmade listing, one supply listing, one handmade, one supply. With supplies, it's going to be more of a scale game, right? Economies of scale. 2/3 supplies, 1/3 made by a seller. Then I think that supply category sourced by a seller, it is such an opportunity. I would go bananas with that. I would just go bananas with that. And it's so like the product mix is so limited now, but even we're seeing, 20 in the cart here for that. Okay. Now who is this person? Kelsey. Kelsey. Here we go. Okay, I got you. Check on something. Kelsey. Okay. Do you have access to our program, Kelsey? Let me know there. Yeah, the wooden tokens have over 20 in the cart. Let me know if you have access to our program and our course. If not, if you do versus if you don't, it's kind of similar advice here. But what I would be really focusing on. Here we go. Not yet. Okay. Okay, because what I would be really be focusing on is the 7 types of products. My concern with you is in the supply category, it is a such a volume play, the scale and everything, that is that is my concern. How much money are you trying to make, first of all? Do you want to be putting a lot of hours into this? How do you want this to fit into your life? Because I think for you, average order value is going to be so important. And with the supply category, bringing in other customers that are B2B that you're not getting in front of right now, super important. So that's where I would kind of want to dig into this a little bit more with you. But the 7 types of products, what this does is my concern is we have a lot of loss leaders here. And what this does, the 7 types of products, is it really ensures that we're not just increasing order velocity, but that we're actually driving up significant revenue and profit at the same time. So, like, I'm curious what profit per month looks like for you, but 2 years in, if we have this many kind of loss leader level, lower price point products, what we would want to be focused on is bringing in additional customers, expanding the product mix for them specifically, targeting a wider B2B variety, and helping you with sourcing. Sourcing is a huge thing we focus on. So if you look up sourcing and then we click on lessons, there's 100 there's 189 lessons that get into sourcing, but this would be very helpful, especially with tariffs. So, yeah. So what I'm seeing right now is with a lot of sourced by a seller shops and categories, if they're not negotiating appropriately, they're getting just killed with tariffs. So that is something that we want to help you with as well. There's some awesome options for sourcing US suppliers right now that I don't think people are really talking about on YouTube. Your average order value is pretty low, you said? Yeah. And that was my guess, based on looking at the product mix. And that is the big lever that I would be looking to pull with you. Um, okay, great. So those are, just so it's super crystal clear, those are some huge areas that we would focus on with you. Sounds like you're not in the program yet, but if you do ever want to learn more, feel free to book a call. I think I put the link in the chat. Okay. So, and the thing is, I want to point this out, and this is what I talk about on my coaching calls. I had a coaching call on Wednesday, I had one yesterday. But the thing is, a lot of people, they will start with us and they'll say, like, I got to be missing the SEO, or like, I feel like there's one thing I'm missing. Uh, and they want help with like their SEO or their photos or their price point or something. But when that's not the core of the problem. The core of the problem, the big thing holding this shop back is not going to be SEO or price point. That would be like the complete wrong thing to focus on, the wrong priority right now. The issue, the big Achilles heel or whatever you want to call it with this shop, the big constraint in this shop is the customer and the product mix. If we can't fix that, we don't have a shop that can get to 20K a month. It's not SEO that'll get it to 20K a month. It's not a photo. It's not a price point. It's not one trend, getting a trend in here that will get it to 20K a month. It is the customer and the product mix. So that's why that is where we focus. Whether you come in, you're doing $1 million a year, or whether you come in and you have, only 857 sales, we still start at that same place. Okay, cool. Awesome, Kelsey. Yeah, you would be like, I'm not going to say like this would be so easy to make updates here, but I can tell you're committed. You seem like you really want to make this work. So that's exciting. Okay. Let's look at another shop. Birthday Perfection. Interesting names. All right, what do we want to be known for? I have no idea. Birthday cards. Okay, this is not at all what we'd want to have for a banner. We have no reviews. This is extremely concerning. Okay, for a digital shop, there are amazing ways to get reviews. Okay, so we have an entire thing about this on how to get customer reviews, how to leverage reviews to get more reviews, how to get more reviews and repeat customers, beginner and intermediate. Um, yeah, so there's a lot we can do. And then the specifically golden message, I'm going to type that in. The golden message series for high reviews. Okay, so we want to help with that. Okay. I am very concerned about design and where the concepts are coming from. Okay. And your price point. So it looks like right now, oh my gosh, your highest price point thing is $9. This is very concerning. Oh dear. So we are very, very low price point. I would say lower quality mock-ups. And we have a lot that needs to be improved as far as design, font choice, spacing, balance, overlays, all of that. So with a low price point digital product, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if it's $1.97 or $2.97. The issue is much bigger than that, and it's your customer, your product mix, design elements. Oh my gosh, we have Hashini here, you guys. Hashini is one of my students. She is one of our clients in our program. She just did her first $9,000 month. Applause for Hashini. You guys, she has been working so hard, so incredibly hard inside of our program. She's in our coaching program. She can answer any questions about it in the chat because she's been so diligent. I just coached her yesterday on my call, and she can share her experience in the program in the chat if you have any questions about it. Was it worth it, Hashini? Anything like that. Do you feel like your coaches care about you? Any questions you have for her. But congratulations, that is huge. That is huge. She is diligent, persistent, and it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? But it's hard work and consistency and only doing the right things. So huge congratulations to her. So, so proud of her. Glad to have you here too. That's great. But yeah, if you have questions for Hashini, Sierra's here too. Awesome. This is Coach Sierra, maybe. Okay, so this shop, you guys, this is a very big issue when it comes to design, spacing, mock-ups. That's really what the focus needs to be. And you have 240 listings here. The problem is not quantity of listings. We need to focus on the right product mix and the right customers. And then aligning the products with the customers. Like something like this, we would never want to have in the shop. We'd probably remove and recommend removing maybe 100 of these 240 listings. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'd probably remove about 100 of these 240. And then only fix, this is the big thing, we only want to fix the ones that we're keeping. And that's why for everyone here, when we work with you, we don't just say, okay, this is the SEO that we need to change. No. We need to start at the beginning. I don't care if you are making $1 million a year or what level you are at. We need to start with targeting profitable customers and then building the product mix around them. And so that's why we don't want this person to waste all their time making updates to all these listings when maybe almost half of the listings might go away anyways. Okay, I hope that is helpful. But yeah, the focus is not what do we add, it's how do we fix this? How do we get the right strategies in place? Instead of doing more of the wrong strategy, we want to change our strategy and then do more of the right strategies. Okay. And this is really important. Anyone at any type of business, identify and be self-aware of, hey, is what I'm doing the set of strategies that's going to get me to where I want? And for a shop like this, the answer, I'm glad you're here. The answer is no. Like we need to recalibrate. We need to kind of we ran like 20 steps ahead. We need to like take 20 steps back, start at square one, recalibrate, do a kind of a reset. Okay. Awesome. One cute design. Let me see if I have any meetings. Okay, we are good. Meetings. Okay, I'm good to go. One cute design. Interesting. I don't know about the shop name. 2,400 sales, 300, 5 stars. That looks great. Wow. Okay, so you are doing embroidery patterns and you're actually doing the shirts as well. So you're doing a mix of, it looks like digital and physical products. Okay. Our embroidery clients do so well. Sierra in the chat can definitely, she could definitely speak to that. She knows. She works with them. She's our coach. She's one of our coaches who works with some of our most elite, high-level sellers, and she's here in the chat. So embroidery does extremely well. I would say next to lasers, it is probably the most profitable tool, the second most profitable tool next to a laser. So I love that you're serving this customer, and I love that you are getting into the heirloom quality finished pieces. I'm curious what your financial goals are, because 2,400 sales when you are doing like, $10 kits or $2 PDFs, that's not really making a huge difference. But if you were having 2,400 sales and your average order value was $80 to $100, now we're talking. So curious what your financial goal is, curious how much time you have to spend, curious if you have a machine or if you're doing all hand embroidery. Both of those answers would make a big difference in the recommendations here. So I would say if you just wanted to go big, let's pretend that this seller here wants to go big. They want to make a lot of money, and that is their goal. They're like, I just want to make as much money as possible, and then I'll figure out hiring or something later. Then I would say you already have your loss leaders in place. Like you already have a lot of loss leaders here. Now we need to adjust how we're presenting these because we're doing the same thing over and over. However, I think the real play for scaling is the finished products. And I think there's so much opportunity. Like this is a bestseller listing. That is insane. Like there's so much opportunity to even improve this one listing. If we look at the video and the photos and SEO and the variations, and like there's so much you can do to this listing to probably double the conversion rate. Okay, so I would literally, and I'm not a betting person at all, I bet that if this person was willing to get coaching and guidance on this listing alone, can you guys see this? Make myself a little smaller. Yeah, there we go. Look at this listing. I really believe we could probably double her conversion rate by the end of the year on this one listing. One listing, if she were to make updates, that's huge. This is a huge opportunity. This is like, and Coach Sierra's in the chat, you guys. Yeah, she knows. She knows. Coach Sierra is here. She's probably like, I want to get my hands on this listing because what we could do to this, oh my gosh, so much opportunity. So much opportunity. And this is the description. Oh my God. Okay. Whose shop is this? One cute design. We need to chat. We just need to even talk. You started with lower prices. You slowly started increasing. We would be recommending different pricing strategies as well. Yeah, we need to talk. We need to talk. If you book, yeah, look, it's Coach Sierra, you guys, she's in the chat. Literally, yes, LOL. We want to get our hands on your shop. You could make so much more money than you are right now. If you are open to chatting, totally book a call with us because here, there's the link. If this is your shop, book the call and I will look if you book. Just say I was on the YouTube channel doing the live and I will talk to the team about this. Okay. 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 Great. So a lot of opportunity here. I get so excited when I see a shop like this because this shop, and this is the thing, like you might not know you are right at the cusp of something huge in your business if you only had some different strategies. Um, yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Well, the next time that we will be together will be in my class on Monday. So please make sure you are there. Again, this is something we're doing because we've had countless emails come through asking about the updates, asking about what's going on. Is my shop okay? Do I need to change my titles? Or, oh my gosh, I just changed my titles and now I can't get my old ones back. Hang tight. My best advice is do not make any changes this weekend. Okay. I'm putting the link to this free training. It's a free class on Monday. It's Monday and Tuesday. So pick your time. If you can't make it, it's okay. If you at least register, then we'll probably have a replay. So make sure you don't miss this and don't make any changes to your shop. Whatever you do not go into your Etsy listings and mass update the titles. Do not do that. If you're tempted to do it, don't do it. Just wait until Monday or Tuesday. Join me. I'll see you there, and we'll be talking about all of this in what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what it will be beneficial for the shop, what can potentially really throw your shop off in the algorithm. This is not the time when you want to experiment heavily and wipe out all of your SEO. I'll just say that. So attend on Monday. I will see you there. If you have any questions, Jules, you don't know what course to take? We have a program. It's a personalized coaching program. Coach Sierra from my team actually joined the chat here. But our coaching program, it gives personalized guidance. So we are actually going into your shop, going into your listings. We're showing you what to fix. This is what the coaching looks like. So it's all private. Look at Kelsey's looking forward to her one-on-one. So there's a Zoom link. Okay, we're going through. We're giving her guidance. We are making her videos. We're showing her what to fix. So this is what coaching looks like. We're making you all these coaching videos. It's all personalized for your shop, your business, and we're helping you fix your listings. And you have 2 to 3 coaches assigned to you, plus myself. And if you, yeah. So that is what we do. This is all about this person's shop, this person's listings. We're making recommendations specific for her. Okay, so that's what coaching looks like. If you have any questions about it, totally book that call and we can answer all of your questions on the call itself. All right, guys, I hope to see you on Monday for the class all about the Etsy updates. And again, please don't make any changes to your shop right now if you'll be attending on Monday, because unfortunately, these changes we are finding, you cannot undo them. So don't change anything. Come to